and stop begging to be understood, the energy shifts. The silence you leave behind becomes louder than all the words you ever said. A man begins to feel the absence, not because you argued, but because you didn't. He starts replaying moments, questioning his actions, and realizing that the comfort of your presence was something he took for granted. Peaceful distance has a way of waking people up. When you walk away calmly without drama, you communicate strength. You show that you are not controlled by emotion alone, but guided by self-respect. This is where the chase begins, not because you manipulated, but because you valued yourself enough to step back. Men are wired to pursue what feels meaningful, what feels earned, and what feels at risk of being lost. When you remain composed, focused on your own life, your health, and your growth, that quiet confidence becomes magnetic. Especially as we grow older, this kind of emotional maturity becomes even more powerful. It sends a message that your life is full, balanced, and not dependent on someone else's validation. At this stage of life, peace is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Stress, emotional chaos, and constant overthinking take a toll on the body. Walking away from situations that disturb your inner calm directly supports your physical health. Your heart beats steadier, your mind clears, and your body responds positively when you choose calm over conflict. This is why maintaining a healthy diet becomes part of the same journey. When you eat nourishing foods, fresh vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, and adequate hydration, you are not just feeding your body, you are reinforcing the message that you deserve care. The glow that comes from within, the energy in your steps, and the clarity in your eyes all contribute to how others perceive you. He notices that you look lighter, healthier, and more at ease, and that contrast makes him curious. Light exercise plays a quiet but vital role in this transformation. You don't need intense workouts or heavy routines. Simple daily walks, gentle stretching, yoga, or light strength movements keep the body active and the mind refreshed. When you move your body regularly, endorphins flow, posture improves, and confidence naturally rises. That confidence is not loud, but it is deeply attractive. When you walk away peacefully and focus on your physical well-being, your presence becomes grounded. Even from a distance, he senses that you are not stuck, not broken, and not waiting. You are moving forward, and that forward motion creates a pull. Lifestyle habits matter more now than ever. Waking up with intention, maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, limiting negativity, and choosing environments that uplift you all reinforce your emotional independence. When you stop revolving your life around someone who is unsure about you, your time opens up. You rediscover hobbies, reconnect with friends, and enjoy moments of solitude without loneliness. This is where true peace is built. Steve Harvey often says that when a woman is truly happy on her own, she becomes unstoppable. The same truth applies regardless of gender. When you are fulfilled internally, people feel it. They sense that being with you is a privilege, not a convenience. Walking away peacefully does not mean closing your heart. It means protecting it. You are not punishing anyone, you are prioritizing yourself. That distinction is crucial. Anger pushes people away permanently, but calm distance invites reflection. He starts wondering why you are no longer reacting the way you used to. He notices that you are no longer available on demand. He feels the shift because you stopped feeding uncertainty with your energy. This is when chasing begins. Not always with words, but with attention, curiosity, and effort. A positive mindset is the foundation of all of this. As we age, mindset shapes our reality more than anything else. Instead of thinking, I lost him, you begin to think, I chose myself. That shift changes your posture, your tone, and your decision. You stop asking why someone didn't choose you and start asking how you can choose peace today. Gratitude becomes a daily practice. You appreciate your body for carrying you, your mind for guiding you, and your experiences for teaching you. Optimism doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means believing that better days are possible and that you are worthy of them. When your mindset is aligned with self-respect, you no longer fear walking away. You understand that what is meant for you will meet you in peace, not confusion. This belief alone is incredibly attractive. He begins to realize that he cannot manipulate your emotions anymore. He understands that your absence is not a game, but a boundary. Boundaries are powerful. They tell others how to treat you without you having to say a word. Healthy eating, gentle movement, balanced routines, and a calm mind all work together to create a version of you that is grounded and whole. This wholeness is what triggers pursuit. People chase what they feel they might lose forever. When you are busy nurturing your body and soul, you are no longer waiting to be chosen. You are choosing yourself every day. That self-selection is the spark that reignites interest. As older adults, this approach becomes even more meaningful. We are no longer interested in chaos or emotional roller coasters. We value stability, kindness, and mutual effort. Walking away peacefully shows emotional intelligence. It demonstrates that you know your worth and are not afraid to stand alone if necessary. That kind of strength often awakens respect first and desire soon follows. You begin to notice changes within yourself before you notice them in him. You sleep better. Your appetite improves. Your body feels lighter. You smile more often, not because everything is perfect, but because you are no longer fighting reality. Acceptance brings peace, and peace brings beauty. This inner beauty reflects outwardly. When he sees you thriving without resentment, it challenges his assumptions. He expected anger, sadness, or desperation. Instead, he sees growth. The chase is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is subtle. More messages, more concern, more effort to be present. But even if it doesn't happen the way you expect, the real victory remains the same. You reclaimed your peace. You strengthened your health. You built habits that support longevity and joy. You created a life that does not depend on someone else's validation. Walking away peacefully is not the end, it is a beginning. It is the moment you align your emotional, physical, and mental well-being. When you eat well, move gently, live intentionally, and think positively, you become a living example of self-worth. That energy is rare. That energy is felt. And that energy is often what makes someone realize, sometimes too late, the value of what they almost lost. So remember this. Choose peace over proving a point. Choose nourishment over neglect. Choose movement over stagnation. Choose optimism over fear. When you do, you don't just inspire someone else to chase you. You inspire yourself to live fully. And in that fullness, whether he comes back or not, you win. When you walk away peacefully, the first and most powerful change happens inside you before it ever shows up in his behavior. This is not about silence as a tactic or distance as punishment. It is about emotional self-control and inner strength. Walking away without anger means you are no longer trying to convince someone of your value. You stop explaining your pain, stop repeating your needs, and stop reacting to inconsistency. That calm withdrawal sends a message stronger than arguments ever could. It tells him that you respect yourself enough to remove yourself from confusion. Men often expect emotional reactions because reactions give them reassurance that they still matter and still have control. When that reaction disappears, comfort disappears with it, and that absence creates discomfort in his mind. Peaceful distance forces reflection. When you are no longer available on demand, his mind begins to fill the silence with memories. He starts thinking about how you used to show up, how you used to care, how you brought stability and warmth into his life. The human mind notices loss more deeply than presence. And when you walk away calmly, the loss feels real. There is no dramatic breakup, no shouting, no door slamming, just a quiet shift. That quiet shift is unsettling because it feels final even when it is not. He begins to wonder why you are no longer fighting for the connection, and that curiosity slowly turns into pursuit. Walking away peacefully also changes your energy. You stop operating from fear of losing someone and start moving from confidence in yourself. This confidence is not loud or arrogant, it is steady and grounded. It shows in your posture, your tone, and your choices. You are no longer checking your phone constantly or overthinking every interaction. You are present in your own life. This is especially powerful as we grow older, because emotional stability becomes more attractive than emotional intensity. When he sees that you are no longer shaken by uncertainty, it challenges him. He realizes that he can no longer rely on your patience without effort. This emotional shift directly supports your physical well-being. When you are not stressed by constant emotional ups and downs, your body relaxes, your digestion improves, your sleep becomes deeper, and your appetite stabilizes. You begin to make healthier food choices naturally because you are no longer eating from anxiety or sadness. Nutritious meals, simple home-cooked foods, fresh fruits, vegetables, and enough water help your body recover from emotional exhaustion. As your body feels better, your face softens, your eyes brighten, and your energy lifts. These changes are subtle but noticeable, and they make you look twice. Light exercise strengthens this transformation. Gentle walks, stretching, or slow movements help release emotional tension stored in the body. Each step forward becomes symbolic of your emotional progress. You are not rushing, not forcing, just moving steadily. This kind of movement builds quiet confidence. You feel capable again. You feel connected to your body instead of drained by your thoughts. When you feel good physically, you stop seeking emotional reassurance from others. That independence is often what triggers respect and renewed interest. Lifestyle habits reinforce this boundary. You start filling your days with routines that support peace rather than chaos. You wake up with purpose, take care of your surroundings, and limit exposure to negativity. You choose rest without guilt and activity without pressure. Your life becomes fuller, not because someone returned, but because you return to yourself. When he observes this from a distance, he realizes that your happiness is no longer dependent on his presence. That realization often awakens a desire to be part of your world again. Your mindset completes the shift. Instead of thinking that walking away means losing love, you understand that it means choosing dignity. You stop seeing distance as rejection and start seeing it as alignment. This positive mindset allows you to remain open without being desperate. You are no longer trying to control outcomes. You trust that what is meant to stay will step forward with effort. That trust removes pressure from the connection and places responsibility where it belongs. When you walk away peacefully, you are not trying to make him chase you. You are simply refusing to chase him. That refusal resets the balance. He feels the difference because you are no longer emotionally available without reciprocity. Your calm becomes the mirror he cannot ignore. Whether he returns with clarity or not, you have already won because you protected your peace, strengthened your body, and reclaimed your self-respect. And that version of you stands taller, breathes deeper, and moves forward with quiet certainty.